I like to point out that in the Xbox Live version of Symphony of the Night, all of the scenes involving the castle from outside are completely cut out. So
It's not like they add much, but without that establishing scene, this comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, it comes out of nowhere, and it's like, is the person that was controlling you in that castle over there? What other castle? There's another part of the game.
I thought I won. Lots of free stuff.
So now we've entered the first castle. And now we have the royal cloak. I love this cloak. It's blue. I like blue.
Where's the purple choker one? Stuff.
Wait for repetitiveness.
It's like do 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 do. 0.1 seconds later, do 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 do.
Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na.
Alas, York, I knew him.
Well,
You got the line right, yay. It's not, well, I knew, it's just I knew him.
alas, Yurik, I knew him well.
It's I knew him.
I was making an abridged series reference. Shush. Resist thunder, resist other stuff. Yeah.
Resist shit that I'm never gonna use.
You know, I'm pretty
I
sure
knew him
Yurik
again.
didn't play soccer with his head.
What's funny, if you do destroy Yorik's skull before the body, he does have a panic attack and he starts freaking out. He's still easy to kill, though, so...
He's just a skeleton.
Yeah.
But he's kicking around his head. Now I'm imagining that happening in the graveyard scene in Hamlet. You see Hamlet walking around, he talks to the gravediggers, he picks up a thing, and he's like, hey, let's play catch.
Nah, that'd be too ridiculous, even for Shakespeare standards.
Shakespeare.
The guy was pretty ridiculous for his time, so...
He's still ridiculous. Have you read Romeo and Juliet? Oh, I just met you 3 seconds ago. Let's get married. Okay.
If you read it as a parody of teen love, it's actually a lot more enjoyable.
Let's start making with the sex.
Yeah,
ring.
we've got the garnet.
Actually, we're going up here to discover this sword that I actually just discovered in my my Saturn LP back on my channel. I had no idea the sword was here until that Let's Play.
And now you do.
Well, here's the thing though, because the sword is called the Sword of Dawn, and it's a two-handed weapon. But in the Saturn version, it looks like a fucking lightsaber.
Sweet.
Which it's actually one of those rare cases where I prefer the Saturn's inferior graphical processing powers when it comes to the look of the sword, because in the PlayStation version, the version we're playing now, the sword still has a red tint, but it's transparent. In the Saturn version, it's a solid color, which makes it give off a lightsaber impression. I really love it because of that.
So with the library card, you warp back to the first castle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you warp back to the first castle's library. There is a reverse library in here, but there's no
reverse
reverse
librarian.
librarian who speaks upside down.
So if you warp,
reverse.
so if you warp back to the library, can you get back to the second castle?
Yeah, you just go back to where you...
You have to go back to where you fought Rector in order to get into the second castle.
Wow.
Which, to
So
be
that
honest,
seems
is kind of a waste of time because the library man doesn't sell anything.
Look at that 3D bat.
So now we're entering Castlevania 1 territory with a fight with the giant...
Darkwing Bat. What about Darkwing Duck?
No, this is this is... I don't know. This is a demented cousin.
I like how they're making the 2D sprites 3D for the wing flapping effect, which looks sort of odd.
It's very odd. The body's completely 2D. Their wings are like some kind of like
A flat polygon.
flat polygon. That's, you know, it's Star Fox technology. There you go. But anyway, that is a mandatory boss that we need to fight, because upon beating him, we get the Ring of Blood.
So we pick up Dracula's wedding ring, pretty much.
Now we're pulling a Simon's Quest.
You need to collect stuff of Dracula's to go fight him.
We're collecting shit that belongs to Dracula.
How come that didn't hurt you?
I don't know what exactly is the deal with the bomb knights. The funny thing is, though, if you manage to knock its bomb back at him, it is an instant kill for him, regardless of how much HP he has left.
Yay.
Moonrod.
Ooh, I love.
Does that do anything?
I don't know. I just think of Sailor Moon every time I attain it.
Moon
I never
prism
equipped
power.
I haven't seen Sailor Moon in years.
I haven't seen Sailor Moon since it was on the 7 a.m. block of Pokemon.
And Toonami.
And Tsunami. But then after that, I stopped watching it because I didn't like the new dub.
Oh, Deke. So funny.
You mean Dick? More funny that way, damn it, I swear.
Like when they're at the play and the one who gets the lead role has the most quote-unquote talent.
Oh boy, the reverse clock tower. How I hate these so. Especially when I'm trying to get 100% completion. You wanna know why? Because you remember how long it took me to spin all those cogs in the normal clock tower?
I had to do them upside down.
I gotta do it upside down! It's like 10 times worse. No, but seriously. Like, the only enemies in the reverse clock tower, besides in the vertical shafts, are these cloaked knights and yellow Medusa heads, which, may I remind you, petrifies you upon contact.
Well, you could just put on that anti-petrifying armor thing.
They're still Medusa heads.
There goes your... how dare you bring common sense into my Castlevania?
Well, that's just sort of like common...
I can't be bothered to go
RPG.
into the sub menus to put that out.
I can't multitask and use logic and my skills as a video gamer at the same time.
Well, that's just like classic Final Fantasy logic. I'm fighting the fire dragon now. What should I equip? Maybe I should equip this fire shield, which allows me to...
Well, in the original Castlevanias, we didn't have petrifying gear armor. So we're used to just dealing with it.
I'm fighting this ice dragon. I should probably equip my... no, I'll just use Ultima.
Meteor.
So, alright, so what I'm not showing off here now, because I'm really not asked enough to do it, I'm not wasting my time spinning the cogs just to get these items that I'm never going to use.
Do it if you want, but...
Not here. I did initially wanted to do it on my first playthrough, because it's not the first time I recorded myself for this game. I ended up wasting like 30 minutes here. You'd think I'd edit it out, but I didn't feel like doing it again. Fuck you, you're not seeing it.
Why is the water moving upside down? It's apparent that just because the castle is upside down doesn't mean gravity is.
The physics are completely reversed. Why aren't I constantly going up?
That'd be just
and why are the mountains upside down too?
I guess they just added the mirror tags for environment.
Yeah, everything is completely upside down, including the background environment. It's about the laziest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Well, they could have just copied it.
Well, for inside stuff, it's fine, but...
Yeah, outside,
Like,
no.
no.
Those mountainsides should still be right side up.
Well, they could have just copied and pasted the same,
That's why I said they just put the mirror tags in the environment files.
Now, do they pull any sort of reverse castle stuff in the later Castlevania games after this?
Let me see. Aria of Sorrow, no. Circle of the Moon, no, doesn't do that. Harmony of Dissonance did something similar. It was not upside down, though. It was more like the same castle with different level designs. But it's like I show you a room, and then by entering a warp portal, it's the same room with different gimmicks. Which honestly just made the game a little more boring because of that. I think Symphony of the Night is the only one that does the whole upside down castle thing. That's going by recent memory, though. I'm trying to remember. Dawn of Sorrow didn't do that, and Portrait of Ruin didn't do that, and Order of Ecclesia didn't do that. No, so yeah, Symphony of the Night is the only game that actually does the whole upside down castle thing.
Okay.
And honestly, I'm kind of glad they didn't bring up that concept, because the concept itself, to me, kind of screams lazy.
It's also kind of just silly.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can take silliness in my Castlevania. We're talking about a series where all the enemies are all kinds of different shits, like the skeletons, Greek and Norse mythology, all
Sweet
kinds of
rave
shit.
party in the underground garden.
Yes, exactly. And the green skeletons that shoots lasers out of their dicks.
Oh, goody, we're going to be hearing this song a lot. Hey, look, it's a shmoo. It's time to grind for the...
the Crusade room. Oh, I can't wait to spend 45 minutes in here.
Wolverine!
Fun fact, all the enemies in here are based off the Wizard of Oz, except for Shmoo. I don't think that's based off anything.
We're off to see the wizard. The wonderful
wonderful one. Oh my god!
The straw man has been killed and impaled on a stake.
Oh, that's morbid. Even for
This is the darker and edgier novelization.
More like the 1939 movie was the lighter and softer version.
Yeah, some of the Oz stuff is really twisted.
Let's not even begin on Disney movies.
Is it about as twisted as this shit we're seeing now?
It's like Alice in Wonderland book type stuff. Really creepy shit. Again, not stupid Disney watering everything down.
Hey, well, it wasn't Disney this time. It was MGM. Ooh.
They just wanted the
Totally
color movie. That's why they changed.
And what better person to do it than Tim Burton?
No, that's why they changed from silver slippers to ruby slippers.
Are you serious?
Yep. It was the first. It was the first color, at least feature-length color film in theaters, and silver looked like black and white, so they changed it to ruby, so it would be red for the colored stuff.
And still didn't win Best Visual Effects, I think.
They didn't have visual effects for Oscars back then. I think it was just actors, directors, and Best Picture.
Well, I remember... Nah, I'll have to look it up later. I like how in the background there are toppled over bookcases upside down.
You see, at first they were gonna follow the rules of physics, then they realized, hey, why stick out from the crowd?
Yeah, but the lanterns are right side up. Huh.
Whatever. Good place to level up, though.
Yeah, because I didn't spend any... Oh shit, Tim Man's packing.
Why didn't he just use that? Then the Wicked Witch would have been dead. Hey, let's sneak into the castle.
There would be no story, Ted.
They didn't have machine guns. Well, many machine guns back then.
It was
they weren't
1930 something.
Pretty sure I could sneak a Chicago typewriter in there somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, so they would have had machine guns back then.
Whatever. Holy water, bitch.
Rusted.
I'll tell you one thing though, the Tin Men got a really big damage output increase at Order of Ecclesia. They're my least favorite enemies to run into in that game, actually.
Are they like pretty much the same attack pattern wise?
It's the same attack pattern wise, but their damage output was increased tremendously to the point of this can't be the same fucking Tin Man from Symphony of the Night. The same thing. They did the same thing with this other enemy, the Cave Troll, that we're gonna see later in this playthrough. And for some reason, someone in the development process thought the Cave Troll was not well respected enough. Because the damage output he does in this is like 10, 20, maybe 30. You know, it obviously depends on your equipment. But in Portrait of Ruin and Order of Ecclesia, he gets like 200, 300 per hit. I was like, really? This guy is the one that gets the status buffs. And, you know, instead of taking time to make a brand new enemy that look can kick the shit out of me, you take an existing enemy and just give it a higher damage output.
So when are you gonna start grinding for schmooze?
I don't. Not here, anyway.
Yeah.
You see,
Well,
I promised Lewis I wasn't gonna get the Crusader, this early in the game because I didn't want to blow through everything so easily.
Well, what if one happened to drop?
Then I will pick it up.
It's like
You're damn right. I'm picking it up. But if I didn't pick, but if I did, let's say like I did, I managed to get it here. I wasn't gonna equip it. You know, the Crystagram is very fun to use, but at the same time, it's also very boring to watch.
5 swings at a single time. Away.
Blender card.
No.
That's his nickname. People call it. And anybody that uses the Crystagram in Harmony Destroy with Alucard or Soma, they add the word blender to their name.
Wait, they bring it back?
Yeah, the Crystagram, the concept of the sword itself is brought back in other Castlevania games. But after this game, it's called the I forgot what the name. They start with a V. Actually, I'm gonna rock me a wiki.
Yeah.
Speedrunner Sweat Dream. First movie you meet drops Crystagram.
In the later Castlevania games, it's renamed the Valman Way, which it's still the same. It's a sword that does multiple strikes at one swing. But after this game, it will be neutered. You know, it's never as powerful as it is now, until it was brought back in Harmony of Despair.